Hello, this is Erbil Kaputlu. Today I'm going to talk about MyLab mat. And I know MyLab is available for different fields. So you may want to contact the person to know if MyLab is available in your field. I know that there is a MyLab education, MyLab economics, MyLab nursing, MyLab statistics, MyLab reading, writing. So you may want to contact a person to know if they have MyLab available in your field. And I know that you can create a course in different fields. Some of them are listed here. You may want to pause the video to look at them. Once you have an account to create the course, you will need to click Create Copy Course on the right side, and then you will be able to create your course by choosing Pearson book, and then you will have a course ID. You will be able to give this course ID to your students so they will be able to register your course. I want to show you how to create an assignment. First, I want to let you know that you could set up syllabus as a first page. The students will see your syllabus when they enter the course. And to create the assignments, you will need to go Instructors Tool. Under Instructors Tools, go Assignment Manager, and you will create an assignment. When you click Create Assignment, you have option to create homework, quiz, test, or import assignment from your previous course, or you can import assignments from different instructors. So let's say you want to create homework. You will need to name it. Let's say homework 1.2. While you're creating the homework, you also have option for personalizing the homework. Let's say you want this homework appear after the students take the first test. Let's say you want to create the homework and have the same question that you created in the test. So that way, after students take the test, they will be done with part of the homework, but they will need to do the questions they missed in the test in this personalized homework. But I want to show you how to create regular homework assignment from scratch. So you will need to choose the chapter and section, and then you will be able to preview the questions. So you can choose which question you want to add. So you can preview, or you can double click on the problem and you can see the question in larger screen. After you choose the question, you can say add here, and on the right side, you can see that the first question will take about 2 minutes for students. The second question takes about 1 minute. So I want to give 2 points for the first question and 1 point for the second question. You can always preview the question and see how many points you want to give for each question. Of course, those are publisher questions. At the top of the page, you can also add additional test bank questions. Those are usually multiple choice questions, and the system will grade even the questions are multiple choice or not multiple choice questions. Now I'm going to go down and click media. And there are also PowerPoint slides created by Pearson, and you have section videos available and lecture videos available. You can choose those. There are some animations or different resources listed here for each section. There's also ebook available if you want to assign as a homework to the students. I usually create my own videos and I record them and I upload it to YouTube. And when I upload to YouTube, I choose the option as unlisted. So that means it's not going to be open to public. Only my students who has the link can watch the video. So to add your YouTube videos, you will need to go to media here and then click add my own media. After you click that, you will need to copy and paste your YouTube video link here. During this pandemic, I created over 200 videos in YouTube. As you see, I have my videos unlisted here, so it's not open to public. Only my students are able to see it. I don't want to have storage problem in my computer, so I use YouTube. There's no cost for that, and there's no limitation problem. You can post your videos in YouTube, and then when you go to video, you can get the shareable link. There are multiple ways to get the shareable link. You can paste the link here. You can also preview the video. Make sure you use the correct link, and then you can name it. I usually type the name of topic, but I just want to show you how to do it quickly, so I'm not going to type the name of the title. So you need to go YouTube or Google Drive or wherever you have the video, copy the link and paste it here, and then you will choose video here. So that way the students will see video icon next to the assignment. So then I will say add external media. So now I see it here. I want to give 10 points for this video, and I will be able to see how much time they spend in the video. But even they don't watch the entire video, they still get 100 from that assignment. So that's why you may want to ask some questions about the video. Make sure that your students are watching the entire video. And if you are uploading your lecture videos, you have to make sure that you also include one question or another video in the same assignment. Otherwise, the system will not allow you to create the assignment. And then you can give the due dates here. There's an option. You could limit the time students work on each question. And there are options here. You can set it up and then save assign. If you don't want to assign it, you can just save for now and assign later. Let me show you how to create a test or quiz. Here you have option to switch quiz to test. You could also do that change for the current assignment. Let's say we want to create chapter 1 test, but that test is available. I see a warning here that I need to change this. I'm just going to put a point here so that will not be exactly the same assignment. You can choose the chapter and section. Then you can preview the questions or open it up, look at the questions, add here, change the points if you want to. You see, third question, the system is not telling me how much time it will take, but I can look at the question here, figure it out. So when I look at the question, I can say, this question should be 2 points. So I can change and then go next if I want to see the questions in larger screen, or I can close it. So after I add the questions, I can go next. You can give the due dates and you can set the system when the students will be able to see this assignment and when it's going to be due. So you can create a password. You can limit number of attempts. Let's say you want to give 2 attempts for the quizzes. That means after students took it, they will be able to take it again, but the system automatically changed the numbers for each participant. So when they go back to open the quiz again, they will not have the same answer key. They will not have the same questions. The numbers will change, but they will have same type of questions. So that means if you give 2 attempts to the students, you can encourage them to contact you for their questions and go over their mistake after the first trial, so they could do a better job in second trial and learn from their own mistake. MyLab will grade the work when the students submit it, and then if they have 2 trials, I set it up to save the best score, so best score will affect their grade. There's an option to use black access, and you can give them the limited time. Let's say 60 minutes will be the time for test or quiz, and then show time to students so they will know how much time left. You can scramble the questions for each student. So whenever they click on the assignments, they will see different order and different numbers in the quiz. And you can also add some resources. Those resources are available for homework assignments, but I usually do not let students use those resources during the quiz or test. But if you want to, you can add example so they can see the steps, how to do the problem if you want to. If I'm going to create a quiz, I would choose option. Students can review quiz anytime after submitting, so that way the students can go over their mistake after the first submission and then take it again, get a better score. But if it's a test, I would choose the option students can review submitted quiz anytime after due date. So that way the classmate will not be able to give answer to each other. Just to be safe, I choose this option if it's a test, and then I assign it. While the students doing the homework assignment, they have question help option on the right side, so they can click the second one, view an example. So the system will allow them to see the similar question that they have on the screen, and then they can learn how to do the steps and then apply it to the current problem that they are working on. Or they can go over the current problem by choosing the first option here. But then when they go back to question, usually numbers change, so the students prefer the second one. And then they can also watch the videos, related publisher videos to this topic. And they can go to ebook, or they can choose the option, ask my instructor. So that way the students will be emailed to the instructor, so then we can help out to students about the steps. And they can also print the question and send it to you. When they answer the question, they get a feedback from publisher. Let's say they answered wrong. Then they will have feedback from the publisher, and they have 3 trials. So if they answer the question wrong 3 times, then the system will give them what is the answer. So let's say the students answer all of them wrong, and then they will have option to choose similar question. So if they click similar question, then the system will give them another problem with different number, so they can still get a full credit as long as they have unlimited trial for the homework. In gradebook, I can see the students' grades for every single assignments, and they also can see their overall grade. I can see how much time the students spend on the video and the date that they work on the video, and I can also review. So the students can also click review and go over their questions and contact you. I want students read the PowerPoint slide and then watch the videos that I created, and then I want them to start homework assignments. You can set prerequisites under more tools here. Once you set the prerequisites for the assignments, the students will not be able to start wherever they want. They will need to read the PowerPoint slide and watch the videos and lecture videos, and then after they got 100 from those, they will be able to do the homework. I set minimum score as 80% here, so the students will need to redo the problems until they got 80% from the assignment to be eligible to take the section quiz. Once they took the quiz, I put 1% here, means even they get low score, as long as they answer at least one question, they will be eligible to move on. So they can do all the sections, and when they are done with the chapter, they will be able to take the chapter 1 test. Once they're done watching the video, reading PowerPoint slide, and doing homework and taking the section quizzes for all sections, so they can complete the chapter. I'm able to set more than one pre-quiz for each assignment if it's needed. And in instructor gradebook, you can change the weight for each category, and you can also give different points for every single assignment. For example, for tests, I give 3% for the chapter test, but I give 20% for midterm and 30% for final. But total test category will affect 74%. In case you give the quiz or test in paper, then you can import the grade as offline assignment to the gradebook, so the students will know what is their current grade. If you want to add your own PowerPoint slides here, then you can create a homework assignment, and when you go to media, you're going to say add my own media, like we did for the video, right? You can upload your PowerPoint slides to Google Drive and then share the Google Drive link here. And also, sometimes publisher doesn't share the PowerPoint slides in multimedia library, and if you don't see it in the assignment list, so in this case, you will need to use the instructor resources. Under instructor resources, you can reach the PowerPoint slides. So here, let's say you want to copy for 3.3, copy link address. So I copy the PowerPoint for 3.3. So let's say I want to assign the PowerPoint 3.3 to students. Same steps. This time I'm going to choose PowerPoint, and I can also preview before I assign it, just to make sure that the file is there. Add external assignment here. There are also a lot of resources from the publisher. If students goes to multimedia library or video resource library, in their course. Sometimes publisher name it as multimedia library, sometimes video resource library, which is still multimedia library. And the students can go to chapter and section, and they can search for the video, animation, textbook, lecture video, PowerPoints, interactive figure. Interactive figure and animation is not available for every single section, but for some sections available. So you see there are videos available for this section and PowerPoint available for the students and animation available. So the students can reach those resources whenever they want. If students want to do additional work, study plan is always available for the students so they can do additional work. I don't include study plan in my gradebook, but you could give a grade for study plan if you want to. There are practice and quiz prepared by the publisher for each course, so you could use study plan if you want to. I usually leave it as an additional option to my students. There's a part for communication tools, and under that you can open discussion board. You will need to add a discussion. You will need to add a topic. So let's say group project 1. You can list the steps for the students and add project here. And you can also add attachment and add topic. And the students will be able to do discussion at the bottom. If you're going to do group project, I would actually create some subgroups. Let's say group A. And I usually list the name of students here so they will know which group they're in. I usually create group A, group B, group C, and then put the student's name on each group so they will know which group they're in, and they can do discussion in their group. You have discussion settings if you want to change it. E-text is available. There are multiple ways to go e-text here or multimedia library. Under instructor resources, you can reach the gradebook. You can also go to announcement manager and you can create announcements. So your announcements will be listed here. When you create an announcement, you will have option to save the announcement and also email it to the students. You can also go instructor gradebook. You can send email for entire class, or you can email to students based on their performance. Let's say I want to email to the students who missed specific assignment. Let's say the students missed section 6.1 quiz. And I want to list the students who doesn't have a score or less than 60%. When I click search, that will give me a list of students who missed that assignment or get lower than 60%. And of course, you need to submit 0 for the missing assignments if the students miss the assignment, because when the students miss assignment, it's not going to be graded. So you can go manage incompletes and click the assignments that you want to give 0. And at the bottom of the page, you will say submit. So those students will get 0. For example, here, I already submit 0 for those assignments, but I see some students missed the video assignment. So I can give 0 for those students. I see 2 students missed this assignment, 3 students missed that assignment. When I click on this, I can see which students missed it, but I don't want to show my student's name. Yeah, you are able to see which students didn't do assignment when you click on it. So when you say submit, those students will get 0 for that missing assignment. I prefer creating my lecture videos, but I also use publisher videos as an additional resource and send it to my students. So that way the students will have enough resources as a video. And if you want to omit the results, if you go to instructor gradebook, omit assignment results, so then you can omit the result for some of the videos that you don't require whole class to watch it because they already attend the live session, right? So you can omit the result of the lecture video. So that way, if student doesn't do that assignment, their grade will not be affected. There are also some shortcuts in MyLab. You can change the settings for entire tests or quizzes or assignments by using change settings for multiple assignment feature. Or you can change the due dates for all the assignments. You can set individual student settings. Now I want to talk about proctoring a test. Nowadays, there's a common problem about proctoring the test, right? So when you give the test in MyLab program, you will be able to limit the time, you will be able to limit the number of trial, the questions will change in each trial, so the students will not be able to share the answers with each other because then the answer key and the numbers in each questions are changing. But of course, there is a risk the students may still use different device. So for that, there are some programs that work with MyLab. If your institution use one of the proctoring program, you may want to try it. Please contact me if you have any question. Bye-bye.